This is Morgan Hazelwood, back again with more writing tips and writerly musings. While New Year's resolutions aren't for everyone, most years I like to step back at the start of the year and think about what my priorities for my writing life should be for the coming year. After a year hiatus, I'm back. 2024 was a year of binge reading conventions and a November project, while 2025 was a year of revisions, more reading, and conventions. This year, my focus is going to be on writing and revisions. Welcome back to Morgan's Writing Tips and Writerly Musings. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and today I'm here with my 2026 resolutions. Now, as always, I like to set SMART goals. SMART being an acronym standing for specific, which projects am I prioritizing, measurable, word count and page count goals, achievable, things I have control over, like the number of pages or words I write, not quote unquote getting a sale. Relevant. These are my writer related goals. My health and day job goals do not need to be here. And time sensitive. Obviously, all of these are intended to be completed in 2026, but some items may have specific dates associated. So let's take a look at this year's list. Number one, writing. I want to prioritize my writing this year. The plan: finish drafting my second space fantasy, otherwise known as A Song in the Aether Stream, by the end of January. I'm like 3 chapters from finishing. I need to put something down on the page. I want to write 15 poems and 50K on a new writing project in November. Number 2 of my writing goals for this year is revisions. The plan: revise and finish draft 1 of my urban fantasy, Twice Bitten, Thrice Shy, in March to May. That's the time frame I'm looking at for that. And I'd like to be revising A Song in the Aether Stream in July through September. Next on my list for my writerly goals is number 3, reading. Now, this isn't really so much a priority as me recognizing how much time I will be spending reading in 2026. After a ridiculous number of books read in 2024, 680, with an average page count of 280, my goal is the reverse of most people: to read fewer books. Now, I expect to easily read over 100, and my goal is to read fewer than last year, which was 553 with an average page count of 275. So, the plan: read fewer books than 2025. So, fingers crossed. It worked this year. I went down by over 100. So, I'm getting closer to a sane number of books read per year. Next on my list of priorities for my writerly stuff is conventions and writing groups. Now, I've made many good friends at conventions. Plus, I didn't create nearly 10 years worth of writing blog content because I hated talking about writing. So my plan is 1, run 2 workshops at ScribbleCon in February, panel at RavenCon in April, panel and staff at Balticon in May, panel at Imaginarium, and panel at Capclave. I expect to also participate in at least 3 online events, maybe 100 hours of writing or some author to writer conference. Who knows? I might even make it out to Worldcon LA. I still need to look at my schedule. And I would also like to hit Spilled Ink, which is the local open mic night for writers, 6 times this year. The last 2 years, it's been 5 times, so fingers crossed. Priority number 5 this year is my agent database. In July of this year, Patrick Hopkins and I launched a Patreon from Imaginarium. What is it? Our database of over 2,000 vetted agents, and it's querying made easier. We put tons of online sources and agent research in one place to help you find the right agents to query. So, the plan for me is to finish debugging my script to check the agency websites for updates. I am not scraping the sites for data. We just want to know when they get new agents or lose agents or update their wish list or submission status, whatever. We just want to know when things have changed. Some websites haven't been updated since like 2001, so it's tricky. The second thing I want to do for the My Agent database is work on migrating it from a series of spreadsheets to a real database. We're working with a database expert, but in their spare time, because we don't actually have the budget to pay uh, his hourly wage. Next up, I want to host querying and first page revisions when we have clients. Sometimes they like to live stream, and Patrick and I work well as a team. And Patrick and I are also looking into running a querying and first pages workshop. So, next on my priorities and goals for 2026 is the blogging, vlogging, podcasting stuff. You are my supporters and my community and my friends. You cheer me on and you watch me learn and grow. And as always, blogging helps keep me out there, keeps me accountable, and gives me a way to give back to the community. But unless I end up writing full time with an assistant, I do not imagine I will return to weekly blogging. That said, I do plan to blog when I have something to say or something to share. So my plan is to blog at least 6 times this year, release a full podcast season of 22 episodes, and host weekly productivity streams with about one weekend off a quarter, depending on schedule. So that's my goal. Um, Seventh thing on my list of goals is beta reading. Now, I am not sad that I am prioritizing my own projects, but I do enjoy being able to help my friends and family with their writing. So I need to make sure not to overcommit. My plan is to read no more than 2 full manuscripts, beta read no more than 3 shorts, send on the flip side, send my Twice Bitten, Thrice Shy manuscript to a beta reader in June, and send a song in the Aether Stream to a beta reader in October. Eighth on my list is querying, submitting, and publishing. Now, while I am by far not encouraged by the state of the publishing industry, there's no reason not to send out a couple queries just to be sure. So, my plan number one, nudge the small press that has my first space fantasy. Secondly, send out at least 3 queries or submissions between my manuscripts and my poetry. And research self publishing, because that might be my next thing. So, those are my goals. So, what does that mean my year is going to be looking like? Well, January, I'm going to be blogging my resolutions like this and my retrospectives. I will be finishing drafting my second space fantasy. I will nudge the small press and I will attend Spilled Ink, the open mic night. February, I will be presenting new workshops. Usually, I've been giving the same ones over and over again. At ScribbleCon, I will be doing Get Ready to Add Romance to Your Writing for middle schoolers and making a rough drafts shine. I also plan to attend Spilled Ink. In March, I'm going to start my revisions on Twice Bitten, Thrice Shy, and attend Spilled Ink. April, continue revisions and panel at RavenCon. May, I'm going to rewrite the ending of Twice Bitten, Thrice Shy because it is a hot mess, and panel at Balticon. In June, I will read, relax, and send Twice Bitten, Thrice Shy to beta readers and probably attend Spilled Ink. In July, I plan to panel at Imaginarium and start the edits on my second space fantasy, A Song in the Aether Stream. In August, I will continue the edits and attend Spill Ink. In September, I will finish the edits on the second space fantasy and panel at Capclave. In October, I will be doing my November writing challenge prep, and I will send A Song in the Aether Stream to beta readers and attend Spilled Ink. In November, I will write 50K on a new project, and in December, I will rest. All that said, whenever I say attend Spilled Ink, I usually write poems that day to share at open mic night. So that's when the poetry writing is going to happen. So, in summary, this year I want to focus on my writing and revisions, finishing one manuscript and turning 2 rough drafts into what I call my first draft, a revised and edited version that is ready for beta readers. That said, I plan to get out and talk writing with friends whenever given the chance, except for December. I'm not a writer in December. Everyone needs a chance to breathe. Best of luck with all of your 2026 projects. What does your plan look like? Did you build in flexibility? And how quote unquote smart are your goals? Let me know, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.
And that's all for today. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button and share it with all your friends. It goes a long way towards helping people find me. And I'll be back again next Monday with more writing tips and writerly musings. Bye-bye.